Okay, first I'm gonna say all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashim Al Shah Bashim Dakdash. I'm gonna get double honor to others, apostle and teacher, great minister, and learning the truth, and I say Shalom to the hopeful elect of Israel. And I'm trying to make this quick, but I'm gonna center it on Trump mobilizing troops. I think it's like 15 or 1,300 troops, and sending them to Minnesota. And you already know where all this shit is going to lead to. And for those of you who may not have been paying attention, things have been continuously escalating. They haven't been de-escalating. Things have been getting worse. You know, to all you naysayers out there who have, who like to talk shit, understand something. If you follow the timeline of events, things have continuously got worse. At first, Trump said that he wouldn't send those troops, that he would hold off. Probably about 2 days later, a day or 2 days later, he sends the motherfucking troops in. So what does that look like? You know, there's been talk and there's been this buildup of Trump actually, using these troops, using the troops, or using these using his military powers. There's been a buildup to all of these things, and now you have the next step, and this is only a precursor. Ecclesiastes 12:1, to all you jakes out there who keep wanting to talk, who want to talk shit and act like that this truth isn't the truth and that we're just crazy niggas. All of these things continue to get worse, as it says in the scriptures, and all of the prophecies are lining up to happening, and they're happening. What do y'all have to say now? But the Lord refers our people as stupid, because even in the face of imminent death, you niggas are still bad to the bone. You niggas are still rebellious. That's why the Lord is going to do you greasy. That's why he's going to do you the way he's going to do you. Because all these things are warnings to get right. You know, that meant like Trump sending in those troops after saying that he would hold off on it should scare you. Not necessarily because it's Esau, but because that's the Lord bringing his prophecies to pass. No, that should put you on high fucking alert. And didn't like what I think I forgot. I think it's Isaiah 19 mentioning the cruel Lord. Well, name me another nigga in U.S. history that is moving like how Trump is fucking moving. That's taking entire fucking countries. That has no problem with his stormtroopers blowing the fucking heads off of American citizens. Name me any other president that's moving like this. That's moving with the color that this nigga's moving with. And with the speed. Trump is, he's that nigga. Ecclesiastes 12:1. Remember now the creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. When the sun or when the light, or the moon, or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds turn after the rain. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong man shall bow themselves, and the grinders shall cease, because they are few, and those look out windows be darkened. And you have plenty of people, the finance niggas, who've been warning for years of the imminent doom of America. You have plenty of people who are, niggas who are in these top echelon type of positions, who are actually terrified of what's happening. You have a lot of these niggas that are moving out of the country. They have moved out of the country 1 to 2 to 3, maybe 4 or 5 decades ago, seeing this shit down the line. It says, you got to sit and seek the Lord while he may be found, while his hand is open, stretched out now. Because when shit goes on, it's not going to be funny. And Jake really, that's fine, because Jake has always been like that. They've always talked shit right up until the time where they got their damn shit hit, But that, and he's him using that shit. He's starting in Minnesota, but it's gonna span out. And what I'll take that back, because he already used the troops in them riots. right? But then again, I take that back, because them riots, them shit, them polices, I know the correct term is police, but I still say polices. But those policemen, those military troops, they weren't in them California riots blowing niggas' heads off. Them niggas had riot shields. Now, these niggas have full authority to blow. Well, I'll have to check with that, but just judging off of how he's giving ICE agents immunity to blow niggas' fucking heads off, you can imagine how, if niggas get unruly, I personally willing to bet that Trump is going to give them niggas the green fucking light to blow Americans' fucking heads off. And these ICE agents, these military niggas, whether they be U.S. military or whether they be mercenaries, they don't give a fuck about any of you people. You got the whole thing with Edomites being upset that they're looked at as an enemy and a terrorist in their own nation. So you have a lot of Edomites who are who may be in the military, who want to who want to really cut loose and let loose, because you have a lot of Edomites that have a lot of pent up anger because they've been forced to hold back they've been forced to sheathe their sword. And if they're doing that to an Edomite bitch, what the fuck do you think that this nigga's gonna do to Jake? This is why we constantly bring out the warning, because Trump he's not reneging on any of this shit. That's the thing though. These niggas aren't pulling back on any of this shit. This nigga just put fucking more tariffs on goddamn EU nations again. The whole thing with him invading Greenland, talk about how if that happens and NATO is over, this nigga's doing it's all according to prophecy, because all these things that this nigga is doing, he's having his own people look at him like fucking crazy. He's having his allies look at him like he's out of his fucking mind, which is fueling that drawing away of these nations from America. I think it's Revelation 11, the beast shall hate the whore and burn her with fire. You see how this nigga's actions are leading up to that actually happening. Because the world doesn't necessarily like America, but they need America because of its money and its military might. But you see them weaning themselves off of America's military might and off of its dollar. They can't quite do it just yet. But when they're able to so-called self-sustain without America, what the fuck with all the war crimes and the atrocities that they know this place has done, what the fuck do you think is going to happen? They already want to melt this motherfucker, but they need it to a certain extent. And it says the windows be darkened, meaning the future looking bleak. And what? The future is looking bleak for everyone. The average amount of money you need to bring in to live a so-called comfortable life is $100,000. And soon that's going to be going to $120,000. An average American makes around 40K. Jake, probably make 30 or 40 fucking K. And you also got your low-level Edomites in the similar fucking positions too. Let's see here. The grinding low, once again, you got a shit ton of black women put out of these damn federal jobs. And job hunting being extremely difficult for people as well. So all around, it's complete and absolute fucking hell. And the Lord is literally the difference between life and death. You have Isaiah 33:6. Wisdom and knowledge should be stability of thy times. Not only what's going on now, but mainly in Jacob's trouble. Because people are losing their shit and bugging out now. You see, if you people can't handle what's going on now, you people really aren't going to be able to handle Jacob's trouble when You know, because it's one thing, you got, you know, your different problems right now. You know, you got the problem is keeping things afloat, maintaining, right? Juggling all these different responsibilities. But when Jacob's trouble, all of that shit is going to get slashed. Not only are you going to get, it's going to be a shock being cut from all of these things, but also you now have to deal with a real life or death situation. Somebody gunning for your life, somebody looking to cut you up and put you in a pot of stew, or getting taken to a goddamn FEMA camp and getting tortured to death, fucking getting experimented on, turning into a goddamn monster or some shit. You know, if you avoid that, you know, you gotta fucking deal with marauders and shit. Fucking niggas. You got the crazies, the niggas who have actually, because I remember seeing this one video his brother put up. I think it was a Jake too. Nigga may have been Terror, but he looked like a Jake. Where he was sitting back. I don't think he was showing his face too much, but he was sitting back and he talked about how he was excited and he was waiting for the economy to collapse so he could have his fun. You have a lot of those niggas, and you know, you have a lot of those niggas that are sitting back and waiting. They just want to kill people. They just want to destroy and hurt people. You got a lot of those in the scriptures. What? Spirits created for vengeance. The Lord is going to cut all of that shit loose. And you people think it's bad now, because you know everybody's going through some shit now. You know everybody's getting pushed their fucking limit. But the Lord is gonna allow you to keep moving forward and to not fucking break. But all these people who are all you jakes who like to talk shit, you're not going to have that protection. You're not going to have that stability. You're not going to have that you're not going to have the Lord to keep you afloat, to keep you from fucking drowning and sinking, literally and metaphorically. But that was pretty much it. Hope it's edifying. You know, once again, you know, it may sound like a broken record to some people, but it only sounds like a broken record because it's not something you want to hear. You know, because like what? Let's say money, right? You have niggas who are in financial thing, or let's say these social influencer niggas, right? Especially the finance niggas. They say the same thing. Workout niggas. You know, all these influencers, these different sector areas, they all say the same thing. Every day they boot up their damn broadcast. And they're saying money, 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 get money. This is how you do it. They're going over the same thing over and over and over and over again. But to these people who are fans of that, it doesn't seem like a broken record to them. Right? To us, it does. This isn't a broken record. You know, something's only will sound repetitive and redundant and pointless if you're not with the message, if you don't like it. For example, America First. People have been saying America First for the longest fucking time. Yet you don't hear them saying, oh, it's repetitive, it's this, it's that. Them faggots sitting there saying, give us rights. People aren't saying it's repetitive, this and that, because they're with it. This message only sounds repetitive and meaningless and redundant because you people fucking hate it. Especially you jakes. You niggas fucking hate it. Y'all say, well, what else is there? One thing the people drift to is money, right? You go into your different, you know, using credit and all this shit. The same shit is repeated over and over and over and over by these niggas. And these rap, for example, you know, hip hop. The same shit is repeated over and over again in fucking hip hop. Yet niggas aren't saying, oh, it's redundant. Why do you keep saying the same thing? Because niggas love it. The reason why this message sounds like a broken record to people is because you fuckers hate it. You fuckers hate the Lord. And that's fine because we've seen what the Lord do to his fucking enemies. But Hope that finds all praises, glory, and honor. How about Shema Shah, Bashim Kakodash? The Bible says, "Let's positive teacher, no temple and truth. Shall want to hopefully Israel instruction battle Great America." And a side note, you have even though you have even if I think it was Apostle Hard to mention how he's at the Oracle bar. The Apostle Bar mentioned how he's constantly learning new things in the scriptures, and they've been in it. I know there's a lot. There's videos of them being like having all black hair, because now a lot of their hair, most of it is white or grayed, but there's videos of them having black hair, being young men in this, like 30-35 years, maybe 40 if I'm not mistaken, but I remember hearing 35 definitely. But yeah, And they, even with all the wisdom that the Lord has bestowed upon them, they're saying they're still learning new things. And once again, when you go into a nigga in the world in this craft who may have been in, you know, in something for a long amount of time, he'll say that he's still learning new things. Niggas who are you know, who are famous rappers or whatnot, they'll say they're still learning new ways to string together words or new techniques to do different things. So once again, it's not, you know, just it's not just old repetitive brain dead fucking, you know, fucking message. You learn new things. Even having been in this your entire life, you'll still learn new things. Same thing with any other profession in the world, you know. You may be 60 years old, maybe an electrician your whole fucking life, and you'll say, or you'll find somebody you doing something in some different type of way that you've never seen before. Oh, that's new. Let me implement that. You're excited to try this new thing. You niggas look at the truth because, like, you can learn new things in the truth, new ways to study, new ways to do certain things. You know, small detail that may have something click in your head and say, oh, wow, I've been wondering about that for a while. Now knowing this, that makes sense. After having been in this for years. The fact of the matter is that the reason why people look at it as repetitive because you niggas hate the Lord. But shalom.